Do you recognize this man? Well, you should. He's the American agronomist Norman Borlaug, and he's credited with having saved 1 billion human lives. He deeply believed you can't build a peaceful world on empty stomachs and human misery. Norman Borlaug grew up on a farm in Iowa, and when he witnessed undernourishment during the Depression, he became obsessed with the need to bring food to the tables of the hungry. When working with the Rockefeller Foundation in Mexico in the 1940s, he experimented with tens of thousands of wheat varieties and developed a high-yielding crop resistant to parasites. Time was of the essence. People were starving every day. So Borlaug planted seeds in northern Mexico's Yaqui Valley during its growing season and then took them 700 miles south to breed the rest of the year. His former professors thought this impatient shuttle breeding was madness, but Borlaug triumphed, coming up with a high-yield variety that, in combination with artificial fertilizer, was a miracle. Yields soared, and amazingly, Mexico became a net exporter of wheat. In the mid-1960s, wheat breeders in India and Pakistan invited Borlaug to introduce the new variety there. He had to overcome local suspicion, trade restrictions and strikes, but in the end, a ship loaded with his seeds set sail for the subcontinent. "I went to bed thinking the problem was at last solved," he said, and woke up to the news that war had broken out between India and Pakistan. But Borlaug and his local associates continued to work throughout the war, planting sometimes within sight of artillery flashes. Despite all the problems, yields rose dramatically, enough to prevent a wartime famine. And this led to greater acceptance and even bigger harvests. Just a few years later, the impossible had happened. India and Pakistan were self-sufficient. Their remarkable success inspired similar green revolutions in many other countries around the world. Borlaug and his colleagues were real-life heroes, the avengers of agriculture. High-productive farming had saved hundreds of millions of lives and hundreds of millions of hectares of wildlife. And the amazing thing is that they got away with it. In the 1960s, one of Borlaug's associates told him, "Enjoy this now, because nothing like it will ever happen to you again. Eventually, the naysayers and the bureaucrats will choke you to death, and you won't be able to get permission for more of these efforts." Just a few years before his death in 2009, an exasperated Norman Borlaug concurred. Bureaucrats and anti-science environmentalists had become overly conservative. Government and interest groups had colluded to sabotage the agricultural biotechnology that had the potential to feed the world. If the famines that pessimists had always predicted would finally occur, Borlaug concluded, it would be because of their own restrictive policies. He deeply believed that human ingenuity would find a better way. Perhaps, he thought, the solution might come from a developing country, from someone who would not be alive today had it not been for the Green Revolution of the 1960s. Hey, check out these other great videos from Free to Choose Network. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get updated on episodes of New and Improved with me, Johan Norberg.